it's Dorothy Guiney with Scrapbooking Quebec, and today I'm here for Stretch the Sketch. This collaboration is celebrating its 2-year anniversary in May, and in honor of this, Crafty Meggy designed an exclusive sketch for us to alter, because that's what we do. There it is on the screen. Also, if you comment on this video and all the other videos listed below, your name will be entered into a draw, so you could win a prize. And there's more information about that in the information box below as well. I'm going to take Meggy's sketch and turn it into a double page layout. That's what you see on the screen. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share with you my favorite recipe for a page that I use when I use a sketch with only one photo. Here's what I'm going to be using. I have paper from Photoplay's Vintage Girl collection. I have stamps from Tim Holtz and a punch from Stampin' Up. And I'll talk more about these products as I use them. So I did do a bit of preparation in advance. I'm sorry I'm out of focus for a minute and a half about. I prepared a frame style foundation with 3 sheets of paper, but as you can see, it doesn't span across the entire page because I am going to cover it up with a border like you see on the sketch up in the left-hand corner. And I'm showing you the other pieces I have on my desk. I have 2 identical sticker sheets. I have that chicken wire paper that's underneath that from Stampin' Up. And now I'm showing you the photos. Well, this one photo sketch is going to turn into a 6 photo double page spread. So I have that one 6x4 photo. That's for the first page I'll be working on. But after I complete this page, then I'm going to move on to the coordinating page, which is often how I do it. So what I'm going to do right now is start preparing that border that you see on the left-hand side of the page. So it's made up of 2 fairly large strips. I'm putting measurements for all of this on the screen. I'm actually going to use 3 strips. I'm going to put a very narrow green strip of paper just between the 2 larger strips. It's something I often do. And the banners you see there that are horizontal, I'm going to replace it with something different. Now, I love the banners, but you're going to notice in a minute, my photos are kind of sad. They are basically the ruins of a poor house in Ireland. So it's part of Ireland's sad and tragic history. So I didn't want anything too joyful. Actually, selecting material for this layout was kind of difficult because of that. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is start creating the photo cluster that's going to go on the white part of the page. And as you can see, there are banners on this sketch. Well, I'm going to replace that first with a bit of stamping. So that stamp there is called Faded Type by Tim Holtz. It's really beautiful. I'll show you the collection in a minute. There's a whole bunch of different ones. So I'm just going to stamp almost like a little line there where the photo is going to start. And after that, I'm going to take some pieces of paper and I'm going to cut strips of paper, and I'm also going to use that chicken wire. So basically, those banners that you see popping out from under the photo on the sketch, I'm going to replace that with this stamping, the chicken wire, and a few strips of paper. Again, I wanted the look to be more somber, and I found banners just a little bit too joyful for the theme of this layout. Now that green piece is a piece that came from the foundation page. You can see behind the white paper, there's the green paper. Well, I actually gutted that small amount of green paper, and now I'm cutting this striped paper. Now that paper came from that 6x6 paper pad, which has the same prints as the 12x12 paper, only the scale of the prints is smaller. So I'm layering up that. I like how that looks, and now I'm getting out my title. Now I cut that title out in advance with my Big Shot, and I adhered it to wax paper, so I'm playing around with placement a bit. And now what you see me doing is simply adhering everything where I had placed it. I trimmed down that chicken wire paper because it is going to be hidden behind my photo, and I'm just adhering these pieces down, and then I will adhere my title. And once that's done, then I'm going to play around a bit with that border and as well with a few decorations. Now I don't want this to be too joyful. Like I said, the theme is very, very somber, and the decorations with this kit, I mean, it's called Vintage Girl, are like dresses and shoes and stuff like that. However, there are some kind of old vintage looking flowers as well as some black and white elements. So I thought that would work as well. What I'm going to do is replace those banners that are in the border with this chicken wire. So I've just cut up a few pieces of it and I'm going to tuck it underneath that green paper. I line it up and it's almost instinctual for me. That's how I scrapbook. But when I'm looking at it and those banners are all at different lengths, these chicken wire pieces would probably look good at different lengths as well. Anyway, mine are all straightened up. Who knows? One day I might go back to it and change it up a bit. Now I'm going to get those stickers out in a minute, and I will start working on a small cluster underneath the photo in the bottom left-hand corner of that. Like I said, the decorations, oh, there's not much there that I can use, but I end up going with those flowers and I tuck them way, way under. I just want them to peek out a little bit. And now I get out this punch. It's a leaf punch from Stampin' Up, which I absolutely love. And I punched out a few leaves. That's actually kind of pale green with little pink flowers on it, but they're absolutely minuscule and they were in that paper pad. So I thought that would work. So I'm tucking that in, almost hiding some of those roses. And I get out this black and white bird sticker thinking I might tuck it in around the title, but I decide to wait. And now what I'm going to do is start working on page 2. And like I said earlier, basically I'm going to share with you a recipe I use when I create pages with only one photo. I have to make a coordinating page with a whole bunch of photos. So when all the photos are the same orientation, in this case they are all horizontal. They could be all vertical as well. You just flip the page. What I do is I cut myself 5 photos, identical size. It's written on the screen, but it's basically 3.5 by 5.5 with a mat that is 1/4 inch larger. And then the empty block, I reserve that to replace with printed paper, and then I completely pimp it up. So basically I really decorate that block. And that block can either be for a title, it could be for journaling, and it could be for an embellishment cluster. Now on the other page, I already have a title, but I don't have any journaling. So I know right off the bat I am going to put a journaling box there, but I am definitely going to decorate it as well. Now the most difficult thing about this page is basically fitting in the photos. And what I would recommend is that you start with a bottom photo, then do a top photo, and then position the middle photo in between. And once that one row is done, use that as a guide to adhere the 3 photos on the other side. So as you can see, I've started decorating this block that's in green. So I put that chicken wire there, and now I'm matting a journaling box. So I'm going to basically refer to the other page and just repeat elements. So there I took that stamp and I stamped in the corner of my journaling box. I already stamped on the first page. I'm adding that narrow strip of black and white paper there to the bottom, again repeating the paper that's in the first page. And I'm also going in and getting those pink flowers, and I'm doing the same thing. They are just peeking out a little bit, and the reason why is because I don't want the page to be too joyful, because it's not a very happy theme. I continue looking in these stickers and I find this black and white frame, so I end up tucking it behind the journaling box just so that it can peek out a bit to add a bit of texture and a little bit of visual interest, continuing with those flowers there. And then I come in with that bird. Well, then the camera turns off, but all I do is add a few leaves, punched out leaves underneath that bird, and that's it. So all I have to do there is my journaling, which I will do in a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is go back to the first page, and I'm basically trying to add a few more things. So I end up tucking that black and white bird there just on the left side of the photo, but I do want to add a very small cluster, a third cluster. So I'm kind of looking around the top of the page, seeing what I can do. I want it to be subtle, but I have that journaling box embellishment cluster on the right hand side. I also have an embellishment cluster towards the bottom on the left hand page. So I just want something towards the top. So what I will do in this case is create a visual triangle of embellishment clusters across the two pages. So there I have it. I just tucked in a frame and a few leaves, and that is it. It's such an easy way to create a coordinating page. I'm almost embarrassed showing it to you. In the same breath, I've been doing this for many years, and I still like the pages I made many years ago doing this. It's just a great way to incorporate many photos on a page. Especially, it works so well with design type pages like this one. It's almost like the well-fitting pair of black pants that can go with everything. That's the way I look at it, that page with the 6 blocks. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. Check out the other videos and leave a comment too. You may win a prize. And thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be thrilled if you did. Have a great day. Bye-bye.